Hey everybody, the king of the gamers has logged on. Despite the indignity of having, you know, we deserve this, of having the opportunity to fight Mega Satan, but accidentally not fighting Mega Satan. There you go. I put the seed on the screen for but an instant, because let's not get too attached to this run just yet. I know, by the way, you're probably watching this and going, NL, why do you have such a predilection towards the difficult characters? Oh, dude, can I level with you? I know there's like other things we could be doing in Repentance, but you gotta respect the fact that, you know, context has not changed for the release of Repentance, right? I mean, you're talking about a man who, you know, basically for like 4 years went through the Sahara Desert of new content. And then, you know, we found not even an oasis. We literally found ourselves in, like, Hawaii once we walked through. We got a little... dude, I don't know, maybe we... Oh, dude, the deck of cards has got to be amazing for us right now, right? Because of the increased chance of Holy Card? I don't know. We'll see. Assuming it works that way. It might as Tainted Lost, but you never know, like, some specific mechanics in this game. I mean, they need to be, like, hard-coded in, right? Or, you know, some things that you would think would work don't work. Some things that you're like, I bet they didn't do that, they did. So, like, all this stuff that's kind of, like, new for me, especially, like, difficult new characters, it appeals to me greatly. You know, it tickles my sensibilities of novelty, and if you're having fun with something that's hard, that's the sweet spot. That's the flow state. Where you're like, you're getting better because you're enjoying the process of learning. Greedier mode, for whatever reason, frustrates the you-know-what out of me. Okay, I don't even know what hit me, but I'm not going to be mad. Whereas this, on the other hand, I'm like, oh man, now we can play. I'm going to try. And we don't have anything particularly amazing right here. Unless Deck of Cards works the way that I think it might work. But we gotta try, I think. Again, for a recap on Tainted Lost, you don't start with Holy Mantle, but Holy Cards show up more often, and there is an augmented... Don't. Just don't, dude. Just don't, please. There's an augmented item pool. I knew it. I knew it! There's an augmented item pool that consists of better offensive items, but most of the good, like, respawn defensive items, etc., that you would want to get on a normal Lost run do not exist. So Gemini is whatever. Mom's Contact's much better. I think we got a little lucky there. Just because we got a Holy Card there, we got to keep a couple of things in mind. That doesn't necessarily mean that Holy Cards are more likely to spawn, although obviously the fact that we got one so early definitely makes me believe that that's plausible. It also doesn't mean that it's like, you know, we can afford to do things like go into the Cursed Room flippantly. Also doesn't mean that I should, like, be on the alt floor, because it's kicking the crap out of me. I'm a little scared, dude. I'm a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. Kicking the crap out of me psychologically, not actually in a meaningful way from a loss of HP standpoint just yet, but, and it's always tricky, man. Like, when you're playing as Tainted Lost, Deals with the Devil and Deals with the Angel cost the same thing. Deals with the Angel have a higher opportunity cost because of the fact that you can't guarantee that you'll get one until a little bit later in the game, whereas the Deal with the Devil, of course, is pretty much preordained. You're either dead or you're gonna get the deal. Temperance with a question mark? I think Temperance with a question mark forces us... I'm so freaking scared here, dude. Just anything. I think it got one enemy, I'll take it. I knew it was coming. I think it forces us to take 5 pills, which scares the crap out of me. I don't want to be on this floor anymore. I think we gotta try to get a deal with the devil. Bad guess, something's wrong. Walking on Sunshine, tears up, experimental pill that gives us tears down. Overall, I still think we came out ahead. Tricky fight. With no bombs, especially. But I do feel like we made an okay decision using our bomb on the previous room, because times were tough. This will be a tough pill to swallow if we die here, for me. I'd like to freeze you, please. I'd like to freeze you, please. Please freeze. The other one as well, please. No! I saw it coming. I'm not too, like, bent out of shape. I'm annoyed, but it's okay. We'll get over it. It's a hard character. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for, like, a much better seed to start with than, like, something that kills basically every easy room. Oh my god. Kills basically every easy room you walk into, and then also chocolate milk, which is, like, pretty good in its own right. I know that, like, there's always the situation where people will say things like, well, you can't always, like, force the alt path. That remains to be seen, is what I would say about that. Your hunch notwithstanding, the statistics may or may not bear that out. Secondarily, at some point, we gotta do the alt path. What are we drawing as the baseline for what we'd consider an acceptable, you know, reason to try to do the alt path? You know, if it's gonna take something like Mom's knife in your first item room, you're gonna be here for 100 years. Sometimes, you're gonna have to take a risk on a run that seems like it might be like a 6 out of 10. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, then so be it, you know? You just gotta let the losses, like, roll off. Anyway, I know you're gonna laugh at me. You're gonna be like, this is another, you know, destined failure. But I think that for sure, this is an alt path attempt. I mean, like, are you kidding me? Most rooms will melt. We still have our holy card active, at least for the time being. Chocolate milk is a beautiful get. Plus, we get whatever item we're gonna get from the boss, which is actually, like, you can't tell me anything on this one. We're going down to the next floor. This is where you bet. It's like counting cards, you know? We know we're sitting on 11, and there's a high probability of 10s coming out. This is where you bet big, and sometimes the statistics or the actual reality is not gonna bear it out, but you gotta try. Dude, okay, I'll tell you straight up, Ghost Pepper, maybe anti-synergistic with chocolate milk. However, very good item, even at 1 luck. Even at, like, negative luck, I think it's okay. You still, I believe, get cards, or get fires, I should say. But, at the level of luck that we have right now, I think we expect it to be even better. I think you do take Mystery Gift, and you don't use it yet. Normally, you would walk out of the room, and you would use it on your, right outside of the shop. But here, that hurts. Here, yeah, just spam some fires, dude, spam some fires! Let's go! Here, I think we're better off saving it for our guaranteed deal with the devil. Dude, being able to fly is such an advantage here. On this fight specifically. Anyway, long story short, we can use it on this deal with the devil. Oh my god, it's Brimstone. We take Brimstone. that's a gimme. Our rate of fire is horrible, but the damage is incredible. Rotten Baby, also like a very, very nice improvement here. Okay, now we're sitting on one of those runs where you're like, this is good. We need some stuff. In particular, the obvious get here that we need is more holy cards. Tears upgrades as well, but most enemies are gonna die, like, mighty quick. And you're seeing, like, the value of Rotten Baby as well. That's, like, one of the highest payouts I think I've ever gotten from a present, is, like, a Rotten Baby when you have 8.39 damage on your 3rd floor. So we got a really nice setup here. This boss is not gonna, you know, stand up too much. That is a Tears upgrade. And the most incredible luck trinket you could ever ask for, now that I think about it, because we also have Ghost Pepper. Alright, so damage I cannot stress enough. Because Ghost Pepper scales with damage, this is pretty special. That being said, keep in mind, our damage is just one piece of the puzzle here. I hate you. Thank you. Saved. I hate those enemies, man. The next thing we need is holy cards. And we absolutely 1,000,000% take this, because we just learned. Maybe that loss that we just had is a lesson that had to be learned about holy card, so that we could actually have... Maybe we had to take that loss in order to have a good chance to take the dub this time. So we take the stars card, and we use it immediately. We care not for Zodiac. Two of spades, we just pop immediately. The hourglass, you know, it's one of those situations where you say, I think that's okay. I would say I'm not really displeased to not have Zodiac. I think Zodiac's kind of garbage. You gotta fish for holy cards, dude. We didn't get them. That's okay. Great damage, great damage. Don't let him spawn any flies. This is... You gotta watch out. Okay, strength. Irrelevant. Moon, relevant. Ace of Hearts, irrelevant. Huge growth could be relevant, but let's start with the moon. Look at that. Brimstone actually having the ability to... I was gonna say don't worry about it too much, but... We're the loss, so we can just go straight through the door. What are we using huge growth for, in theory? It's a good question. I think, in theory... You might look at it... It depends on how things go. If we continue with the alt path, and I don't know if there's a reason not... you know what? I don't know... You're gonna laugh at me. I'm believing now that actually the alt path is not as difficult as boss rush. And I might be mistaken there. I can't tell you I'm not mistaken. You might take this as a throw, but I think huge growth gives us an unbelievable boss rush play. I'm gonna ignore our alternate path. I'm gonna get back on the main path. Rush the boss, try to do boss rush. I'll tell you straight up, though, like, again, as Tainted Lost, accomplishing just about anything is pretty good in my books. Now, things will get interesting. It's a quality problem. It's a problem that you don't mind having. But things will get mighty interesting if we get a holy card. Don't really care to play you, honestly. Because huge growth is amazing, and we obviously, like, still have our holy card active. That's a really good item as well. But I think you would have to dump huge growth to carry a holy card with you. Yeah, okay, I don't know what happened to my camera there, but if that doesn't happen, then huge growth is a nice consolation prize. So I'm feeling solid. I would say at this point, you know, the most important thing is you have to go to the shop on every floor to see if there's a holy card. I don't know what Pandora's box gives us on this floor, but I don't think it's worth buying. Wait, no, we're on Caves 2? It's totally worth buying. It's a 7-cent item with 2 Spirit Hearts that won't do anything for us, but... and it's gonna pay for itself, and then some, but that's not really what we bought it for. We were maybe hoping for a Tears upgrade, but certainly not in a position on this run right now to feign misery. We're in a pretty amazing spot here. This is the kind of run you know, you tell your grandkids about. They say, "Granddad, how did it all get started?" And you say, "I died on a run with one of the best items you could ever imagine as Tainted Lost." Sure, dude, extra luck is it can only benefit us with Ghost Pepper here. It all started when I lost with the deck of cards despite having gotten Holy Card. So I would definitely, I'm starting to get a little excited, let's put it that way. Starting to get a little excited. I'm losing my excitement rapidly as I come to terms with the fact that as a result of this curse, I have no idea where I'm going. You could give me a holy card. I wouldn't mind. You could give me temperance that I'm not even going to place down because it scares me. I wouldn't mind picking up, okay. Wouldn't mind picking up, like, 9 volt or something like that. I mean, I guess you never mind, but... I can't say the word never mind without thinking of, a YouTube video from about 15 years ago called The Worst Guitar Solo of All Time. And it is Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit fame. And I believe he goes, never mind, never mind, never mind. And then he goes, this is on his guitar. Rock this town tonight. And then the crowd goes wild. I would really recommend it. It's a classic of old YouTube. Where basically, I was thinking about like the idea that old YouTube was basically just like America's Funniest Home Videos. And how like you would, I think I was talking about this in an Isaac episode, so I apologize if you've heard this one before, but just pop that death card like ASAP. You know, you would have things in your life that happen to you, like maybe 1 to 10 times in your life. Something so unbelievably hilarious would happen to you that you would feel the need to share it with other people. Unless you caught it on video, you could only tell it to people, and then, you know, hope that they believe you, basically. Like, there was one time in university, I was walking out of the house that I shared with several housemates, and there was a newspaper left on our front porch in one of those, like, bags that protects it from the rain. I swear to God, I threw it, like, intentionally thinking there was a chance I would hit my roommate, because, you know, we had that kind of relationship. It flew, like, 30 feet through the air, almost like a paper airplane, and then lodged itself directly between his legs while he was standing at the kitchen island eating breakfast. Like, just highly improbable. We both laughed about it, and we had like a Bill Murray moment, right? Where we were like, nobody will ever believe you. That's kind of what like old YouTube is like to me. Is like you'd hear a story about, oh no, that come on, man, come on, that's tough. You'd hear a story from your friend about how like they were at a Fred Durst concert and he played the worst guitar solo of all time, and then you would just be like, I don't believe you, or like you know, I believe you, but it'll never be as funny to me as it is to you having seen it. It was just a collection of you know, millions of those moments from throughout the world that you wouldn't otherwise be privy to. There's a lot of good stuff there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So what are we doing here? I definitely do not mind fighting the boss. Let me start with that. This is probably the boss I most mind fighting. To the point where I'm actually, like, I thought about using huge growth just to make it a little faster. Tears Up is a beautiful item for us. Don't. That's Brimstone Bombs and then, like, Eye of the Occult. I don't really remember what Eye of the Occult does, but it is a damage upgrade. Oh, you can control your tears as well? I mean, I'm not going to say that it seems like a negative. I mean, it is, like, it's marked, but, oh, as long as we just keep moving it around, I don't, Bood? Dude beats me is what I was going to say. This is a damage upgrade, though, so I'm not sweating it. It seems pretty good still. Now you get to share those moments, thanks to YouTube, you know? It's pretty cool. That all being said, new YouTube, there's produced content and Late Night with Jimmy Fallon and, you know, even the... I mean, I'm a part of the... I've been on YouTube for a long time. That doesn't mean I'm old YouTube. Like I'm making content to be consumed instead of, like, what a lot of content was back in the day, which was just like, hey, here's something we happen to be filming that might be of interest to you. Mulligan, great... no greed? No greed! Okay, this is important. You start with 9 volt. We are looking for a simple, holy card. A simple... And if we don't get it, life goes on. I'm not going to be too mad at the game. But this is what we're searching for. Emperor is okay. Magician. Are we gonna dump huge growth to take Emperor? No, because huge growth is better for our boss rush. Which I still think, in spite of the fact that we lost Holy Card, I still think that there's a chance that that does a lot for us. So I guess what I'm trying to say about YouTube is that, like, I actually think that there's a chance on stuff, like, let me put it this way. I think there's been such an inflation of standards for what makes a funny video on YouTube. I think that 1 in every 50 Vines, if you go back to a pre-internet era and somebody saw it for themselves, in person, it would be the funniest... Let's go! It would be the funniest thing they ever saw in their whole life. You know what I mean? And, like, you would tell your grandkids about the time, like, hey, I was at the Krispy Kreme, and, like, my friend was in there, and he was, like, a gymnast, and he said back at it again at the Krispy Kreme. He did 17 backflips, and then kicked the Krispy Kreme hot and fresh sign so hard it actually fell off. Funniest thing I've ever seen, man. Now, someone shows you that video, you'll be like, modestly, I give it a modest chuckle. There's been such an inflation for stuff like that. Now, humor in general, would I say that humor standards have increased? I don't know. There is a, you know, the internet has a history, especially, you know, as time goes on, of basically just memeing things into oblivion. But, I mean, it's kind of, I think, what it was like back in the day, too. It was just, like, memes... No, no. Spread a lot slower back then, because... You know, there was no, there wasn't an easy transfer of information. It was like, you know, you'd see something funny on the TV, and then you would, like, tell your friends about it, and then they would watch TV for the next 12 years waiting for it to show up, you know, on a rerun. Okay, so, I mean, that room was kind of tough. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I do think, you know, with having so much time available to yourself here, you don't just dip and go to the boss rush right away. No. Do you still try boss rush? This run is too good to not. So I think we try to earn some charges. Like, huge growth is going to help us out a ton as well. We also could just get a holy card immediately. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. I would say that's earned. You may disagree and say it's streamer luck, but remember, you know, you get extra odds of the holy card showing up when you're Tainted Lost, because they want people to eventually have a chance to beat it. But on top of that, the rooms that we've taken damage on so far, for the most part, I'm like, is pretty reasonable. I don't think we've thrown too much away. And I resist the idea, like, people will be in chat, like, when you lose a Tainted Lost run, they'll be like, wow, you really threw that one. And you're like, well, so true, bestie. Why didn't I just simply not take any damage for the entirety of the run? What was I thinking? Okay, so we want the Polaroid on this one. It's just a roundabout way of saying it's hard, dude. So we want none of these items. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. We want to blow up any rock that might have explosive capabilities. I do not want Dr. Fetus with Brimstone. It scares the crap out of me here. That's not Stitches. I don't know what you are. Please don't ruin my run. They really called it Lil Dumpy, huh? Okay, we have some obligations here. This is a tough wave. Obligation 1 is kill enemies as quickly as possible. Obligation 2... Dude, that's so freaking lucky. Obligation 2 is note enemies. So lucky. That was really badly played. That was the first throw. Obligation 2 is note enemies with laser beams that can kill you from across the map. Like this guy, for example. Well, I gotta tell you that as of right now, I'm feeling... Oh, that was a little spicy. I'm feeling pretty good about my decision to do boss rush here. Seems like it's going pretty well so far. The fact that the fires break shots is also, like, disgustingly good. Thank God. We pop strength immediately. It's nice to be able to just pop these cards down. Just make sure you're not standing on top of them this time. I don't even know what our other boss was. Doesn't matter, they're dead. Angel statues are a great one to make sure we toast early. Chariot card, actually, like, you don't pop. That's the fastest boss rush I've ever seen. Now, can I tell you something? First off, this is going to be hilarious. Yeah, okay. Secondly, I have no idea if we still have a holy card active. I don't know. If we get another holy card, I will probably pop it right away. Just to be safe. In the hopes that we'll get another holy card. I know, it's kind of like, it's a big ask. But either way, like, I'm feeling pretty slick, dude. Like, this room I just don't like. And I'm glad it's over now. Maybe a waste of the chariot card, but I just find that room somewhat frightening. Not a mimic. That's what we're looking out for. Mimics are mighty scary right now. Otherwise, we do like the idea of looking for cards, but if they're surrounded by spikes, like spike rocks, no chance. I'm just gonna be honest. If you boys aren't gonna pop up, I will be vacating the premises. Assuming I can place a bomb without... Saved, I guess. That was a little scary. I would like to leave. This room's gonna... It's gonna kill me. If I don't get out of here, this room's gonna kill me dead. You know what? We've come this far. It's 2 charges, right? Lil Dumpy, I don't even know what you do, dude. Wheel of Fortune, okay. You know what? Wheel of Fortune, I shouldn't just be exploding, because in some situations, not that one probably, but I think if it gave us a fortune teller, we would be like, loving life. I don't know, like that might still be worth something, don't get me wrong, but, okay, so let's regroup here. We've completed something successfully. That was not a guarantee in advance of this. Boss rush, probably not the hardest thing that you can do as Tainted Lost. You know, alt path is still going to be hard. Delirium's still going to be hard. But it's up there. It's certainly up there. Thank you for not being a mimic. Down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a friend and not a mimic. Thank you for not being... Thank you for being a chest. There you go. It'll work. Many people will tell you not to do this. They may be correct, as I nearly got myself killed. Stapler's pretty good, but... it's not worth dying for, but... You know what? We didn't die, so we don't have to worry about that. World card at this point, we save for the next floor. We've already beaten Hush, right? Correct. I got so scared of the spikes, and I only now realize I can fly, but it scared the crap out of me, dude. Sorry, you'll notice there's a cyclical nature to the banter in this Tainted Lost episode. When I know I have a holy card, the banter flows freely. When I don't know I have a holy card active, the banter slows down a little bit as I focus. And that's okay. It's okay, man. That's the nature of the beast. And I'm not talking about James McAvoy. This guy can pay out with cards! From the M. Night Shyamalan movie. I honestly, and you're gonna think that I've lost my freaking mind. Why wouldn't you take the backpack? Okay, that's an extremely good point now that I thought about it. Take the backpack, but don't touch Bob's Rotten Head. I don't want the mental overhead of having to switch between, you know, a potentially game-winning item and an item that literally does like less DPS than our tiers, which fire automatically, right? So I think instead we just recognize that we could get 2 game-winning items. I'm trying to level with you here, brother. I cannot... You know what? I can stop shooting. You just have to hit control. There you go. He's a genius. Temperance feeds us 1 billion pills. Am I willing to take that? I mean, we'd be fishing for, like, tiers upgrades, right? Retrovision. This is mommy? Send it, dude. Okay, yeah, that was what we needed. We needed enemies to die immediately that could shoot laser beams. Great stuff. Keep it moving. Okay. No Krampus. We love Rotten Baby. I don't even know what that other item is, man. Thank you for not being a mimic. Your heart is true. You're a friend and a confidant. I'm just chilling for a second, okay? It's a quarter. Really? I thought it was like succubus. I would hate to lose Rotten Baby here, but I'm gonna take the chance regardless. It took Rotten Baby. We'll take Maw of the Void. We gave us Leviathan, which I guess it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna get nuts, okay? We're gonna consider this the redemption of 7 seals. We're not gonna fight Hush, although this has the potential to be a delirium run. We got other priorities on this one. That's scary. Saved. Why did I take 7 seals? I'm just gonna be honest, like, it's peer pressure. I think the item is not that good, but then everybody's telling me it's good and I'm wrong. And I don't necessarily think that they're better Isaac players than me, but I think that there's a very realistic chance that they watch better Isaac players than me. And as a result, I think it's worth a try. Probably shouldn't just ignore the secret room. I just wanted to... No! This is like the only kind of room that could hit us easily here. Thank you for not being a mimic. Okay, let's go to that secret room, man. Are those flies from Rotten Baby still? Like, that's crazy. Whoa, okay, stop shooting, please. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Because Brimstone has, like, it has AoE, not AoE, it has, like, a collider now. So, like, it has physics behind it. I saw my life flash before my eyes, briefly. Again, you may take this as, like, NL, you're being disingenuous, thinking these rooms have a chance to kill you. They do have a chance to kill you. Were this your average Isaac run, where if you got hit 1 time, you wouldn't die? Like, that's a different story. But on this run, absolutely. Now, can I tell you something? Bookworm, for 1. Let's go. But for 2, Book of Shadows. Very, very solid. We're not gonna just use it immediately. The play for me for Book of Shadows is you look at a room. If everything doesn't die in 0.2 seconds... Like this room, we got enemies that honestly I just find mighty annoying. So I say no thank you. With 9 volt, we really can use this once every 2 rooms, huh? We got a Chariot, which is a good hold. This is all coming together, man. Very fast, okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Oh no, Curse of the Unknown, dude! Okay, 1 moment, please. Fortune Cookie. Book of Shadows is better. Dude, I can't take Tiny Planet. On the other hand, what kind of person would I be if I didn't? Oh! Okay. Remember, you know, some of these rooms, let's go! Oh, you will be ashamed of your words and your deeds. I had to pop it. I got too scared, okay? No. We don't take number 2. In this house, we know who number 2 works for. Oh my god. Assuming we can get a Toothy Brimstone, there's a lot to like here. Dude, I have to. I know it could kill us, but, like, it's so funny. World card. Why not? At this point, like... It ruined all my synergies, man. I mean, I'm sure it's, like, a staggering amount of damage, but... It ruined my freaking synergies. I know we could get those items. I'm kind of, like, hoping I could save Book of Shadows. Maybe use it on the boss, for example. Maybe win as Tainted Lost. Maybe get the ability to go fight Delirium. Make me think I'm mighty sick. Well, this is a win now. What you don't do is jeopardize it. So you just... No Delirium, but dude, what a run. What a run. Tainted Lost. Light Path and Boss Rush complete. Feels good. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Twitch.tv/NorthernLion, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific for more Isaac and other games. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!